Awkward silence video intro. This is part 45 of JoshCCLP4. I don't know, I figure I might as well do something different with the intro. So this is First Floor Temple. This is an interesting idea for a level. And I think I can only take one block down at a time. Indeed I can. It might be a little tedious, but ultimately I think this should be a pretty fun time. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to take one block down, I'm going to put the block in place, make sure I have suction boots, and that is basically the level. Oh, I can totally cheat this. I think I'll need all the blocks at the end, but I can totally cheat this. So if you have no idea what I'm thinking of doing here, well, you'll see soon enough, I'm sure. So I was going to alternate sides, but why would I do that when I don't need to? And one more down. Okay. So I use the recessed wall, go through, grab this chip, and with that done, move the blocks over. Yeah, I wonder if this is intended. I don't think that is. And I don't think there's anything down. Now, I know now the traps are taken care of, and I know I don't need anything else. So I can just head down this way. Yeah, I don't think that was actually intended. But that's pretty cool. I highly suggest that not be changed if it's not intended, because that's pretty legit. Okay, so a couple more blocks and we should be good to go. Okay, so I can use slide delay actually to skip one block down there compared to what I would need for links. Interesting. This is a cool level. It's just a little broken. So we're going to use a couple little optimization tricks just to speed things up. And if I'm correct, I'm not going to need any more. Ah, I messed up. Oh, I messed up big time. I might still be fine. I'm honestly not sure at this point. Okay, I don't see a thief on either side, so I should be fine. That's what I get for trying to be fancy. Anyway, one last block to go. We'll send it down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure with slide delay you could skip one block here, but I messed up doing so. And get the red key and just stroll to the finish. So yeah, that was First Floor Temple. Interesting level. Anyway, we're moving on to Clay Tunnel, which is one of my absolute favorite levels in this set. So I have no idea why my alarm was set. So yeah, this one, like the whole point is, you see that block? That block has to pass through the tunnel itself. And so you have to figure out which recessed walls you're going to need to keep around in order to, beat the level. And that way you can figure out which ones you can use to, get the key so you can start taking the block through. And there's 3 rooms like this, and they do increase in difficulty, but they do so in such a natural way that what you learn from the first ones, it feels like it really does add on to the previous ones. And so every recessed wall gets used, and it's just really, really cool. And then there's these sections, which aren't as cool. They're kind of a filler section between sections. I don't think they needed to be there. But this is still a really good level. No doubt about it. So we're going to use the 2 above us, the 1 to the right, the 2 down here. Those 4 to get it into this area. And then, so it's those walls that get used. And then I can just think through the rest while I'm moving the block. Yeah, it's this is just so well designed. Such a cool concept. It's not a hard concept to come up with, admittedly, but it's so hard to do this kind of thing well. I think it's this one, actually. Yeah, it's this one. And you have to take this longer loop just to leave that one recessed wall so you can take the block out. And it's just, I don't have enough good things to say about this level. For how good it is. And so we move on to the yellow one, which originally when I first played this, I think that was a recessed wall as well. Because there were extras. Wait, where's the... Oh, that's where the yellow key is. I don't remember that. Anyway, moving on to the actual room itself. So there's no choice, no choice. Now I have a choice. Now, I'm going to need the one below, right there to push the block later. I don't think I'll ever need the ones on the top row. In fact, I won't. Now, here's the cool part. You might think I want to loop around below, but you don't, because you want to do this selection so that you can actually take the block through. So yeah, that is basically Clay Tunnel. You just have to stroll back with the toggle wall pressed. Not a terribly difficult level, but you know what? Good levels don't need to be difficult. They can be simple and fun. This one's got just enough puzzle to it that it's so well done. Even passing back through parts of the level don't feel like a chore here. So, massive kudos to Josh for this design. Yeah, that's Clay Tunnel. So we'll move on to Compactor Reactor, which is named after the level from Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. Yes, I actually get your reference, Josh. Yeah, I'm just going to be smart about about where the teleports are actually going to take me as best I can here, and try not to do anything dumb with blocks. I say try because I probably will anyway. Because it's kind of hard not to do dumb things with blocks. And we're back here, so now we go there. Yeah, this is just... It's such a simple concept, and it's so well done, with the overall layout, that even though it is just a straightforward chip collecting level, it manages to be surprisingly not straightforward. Just teleports in general can do some pretty crazy stuff. In Link's, it's a little less fun, just because if you do get on one of those long teleport runs, it takes a lot longer to conclude. But even that's just a really minor nitpick, as opposed to a true criticism of the level. So yeah, maybe I'm weird for liking this one as much as I do, But if I am weird for liking this as much as I do, I will take my weirdness. Yeah, these are the last chips. Yeah, that is Compactor Reactor. So that's another one of my favorites from the JoshCCLP4 selection. Now we get a blue wall maze in Daydreamer's maze. So if it looks like I'm being erratic with my path here, I am not messing around with this maze because it's a... Oh, it has loops? It has loops. Okay, screw that. I was going to be all systematic about where I have and have not been by just following the left wall. But as soon as I find out it has loops, that escalates the difficulty of finding my way around significantly. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky. So yeah, what's changed since the last recording? Not a lot. Don't know why my alarm went off. Like, I really feel like I should know why my alarm went off. But I actually don't. Because I don't think I set that alarm. Because I knew I wasn't... Like, I knew I was going to be awake at this time. It's currently 10 a.m. So yeah, if you remember from the previous video, previous one was at like 8. So it's not like a lot of time. Yeah, it's not like a lot of time has passed since the last recording. So naturally, not much has changed. I mean, sometimes a lot can change in a little bit of time, but this now is not one of those times. So I'm going to leave alone the walls because I have seen this level in the editor, and one feature struck out to me. Like, or not, sorry, stuck out to me as something that I most definitely would not have done with this kind of design. And it'll be pretty clear as I approach the end of the level what that is. So yeah, I'm just wandering around this maze. Like, this honestly reminds me a fair amount of fossilized snow. Like, it's got its differences, but it definitely reminds me of it with the overall, like, just with the ice aesthetic. I don't know, I don't know which, I think I prefer fossilized snow, partially because I made it and partially because of its size. And for this sort of level, I do generally prefer smaller. But that's just my own personal tastes. Not so much one of the levels is better designed. I mean, this is a maze that's actively confusing me as I'm trying to be not confused, so... Any maze that's confusing is a good maze. Confusing and not tedious. And this hasn't crossed the line to tedious just yet. Okay, so... let's go this way? This way. No? That's it for that path, I guess. So there's 7 chips left, and it is getting quite difficult to tell where I have and have not been. And given how confusing this maze actually is, it's actually reminding me a lot of juxtaposition as well. So yeah, I'm just trying to find anywhere I haven't been. I feel like I keep ending up stuck on the same paths. And I kind of do, but I'm getting somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so 5 chips to go. I thought down there would be one of them, but apparently not. Okay, now I can get one through over here. Now I need to be able to go back this way. No? Wait, what? I'm trying to figure out how to get to that chip, and I guess I need to get back to the bottom right. Since the exit's down there, I'm gonna leave that alone for a little while longer, and instead work on figuring out how to get to... how do I switch, like, parodies on this? 'Cause I feel like that's what's really throwing me off. Oh, wait, no, it's... Are there parodies on this? I'm confused. Yeah, there kind of are, actually. So what I need to do is this. This is what all I needed to do that whole time. And this is going to give me 2 of my missing chips. No? Yes. If not more than 2. Oh, that does link back down here? Great. I missed that the whole time. Okay, 1 chip to go. And it's going to be the one in the bottom corner. So I've still got 4 minutes to find it, which isn't too bad. This is a dead end, I think. Yep. Okay, so there it is, and this is it. So now I've got all the chips, and I just have to get into the bottom for the socket, which is right here. So this is the feature that stood out to me when I saw this level in the editor. This long path, which I'm honestly fine with this. I wish the time limit on this level was a little higher. Like maybe 700 instead of the 600 that it is, but honestly, I like this. It's a pretty confusing blue wall ice thin wall maze, and the blue walls aren't huge. Like they aren't a huge part of the level, but what they do, they add a significant amount with it. So red key quest: find a red key, go around, collect as many more as you can. Keep track of how many keys you'll collect, as you'll need 5 to exit. So this is just a straightforward, not key swapping level. You get keys, you lose keys, and nice. So essentially, every key you pick up has a most of the keys you pick up will have a price of, sorry, most of the locks you use will be allowed to trade up for more keys. For example, what I just did there will allow me to trade 1 key for 3 keys. I'm going to have to keep track of how many I have so that I can get into the more heavily locked areas. So right up here is pretty basic. Now we'll be at 4 keys. So I can't really talk about anything else while I'm trying to remember that I have 4 keys. So we'll deal with the teeth, which will bring me up to... No, we'll deal with right here, which will bring me up to 5. And then you need both in order to get this, which I spend 2. This will give me 9. So now I'm at 9 keys. 9 is good progress. So I'm going to need 2 up there, plus that bomb removed. What's that block good for? Nothing. Nothing at all. That's a lie, actually. So let's think about these gliders, because these gliders are going to be pretty important. Boom, boom, head down here. Boom, boom, boom. And then one gets stuck. So unfortunately, that exhausts the full complement of... I think that's 6 gliders. Yeah, that's 6 gliders. And I don't think any of those trap buttons are actually open. With my 9 keys, I think I'm going to do the Sokoban room while I think about that. Because that's going to bring me up to 15 keys. Okay, so this is a pretty devious one, as far as I can tell. I don't know, it might not be as devious as I originally suspected it would be. Interesting. I'm getting better at these little block shuffle type things, though. Okay. So, I'm trying to think about how this one has to cascade out at the end. I think I've got it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got it. Yep. So I still have my 7 keys, 15 keys. Okay, what happens if I clear all of those? Glider madness, really. So I've got 15 keys, right? 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Oh, this is good. I've got 8. Now I've got 4. But I can let these all out one at a time. I don't know if I need to, but I will. In fact, I don't think it matters after the next one deflects. I don't even think that one needed to. So I may still only have 4 keys. But on the bright side, as I come up here, 2 keys, but flippers. So with my 2 keys and flippers, I can bring myself up to 8 keys, which means I've got 3 that I can still work with, which means now I've got 1 that I can still work with, and exactly,
Bummer.
I misremembered which column. I knew that could happen. I was like, no, I need to go over a column. I basically had it. Because I would have just gone over and done the last bit. I cannot say I like that, but that is entirely my fault. Well, now I know that if I'm just smart with the keys, it's not a problem. And it's pretty easy to be smart with the keys, honestly. Now, the interesting thing is that there is 1 extra key in this level. And because I know that, I don't need to count. Which means I'm free to think about anything else I need to think about. Like, I have no idea what. Oh, right, like how to do this one again. This is a pretty tough shuffle, admittedly. But I remember the key positions, and key positions are how I do this sort of shuffling puzzle at this point. Is that right? Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, that is. Okay. I was, for some reason, thinking, no, wait, how can I loop around? I was thinking the same block had to be in two different spots at the exact same time. So my bad on that. So I've gone and I've picked up all my keys. Just a matter of releasing the gliders. Now, I'm going to do the same thing where I only release... I'm going to release two, and I'm going to wait. So I know there's no collision. Then I'll release the rest. And by the rest, I mean... Yeah, actually the rest. I don't really care if there's a collision right now. I technically could have been sandwiched there, which wouldn't have been good, but, you know, I didn't get sandwiched, so we're fine here. Yeah, purpose for purposeless objects. And that'll be Red Key Quest. That was a pretty fun level. I wish I didn't have to replay it, and Succoban plus trying to remember your key count is a little arduous, but it's fun. Like, I had fun with that. So, Enterprise. Once you obtain footwear in one section, you must finish up said section before moving on to the other, which is fair. Like, that's completely fair. So, this looks a bit like an item swapping level. So I might as well do this top part first. Why did I think I had already picked up the fire boots? I was specifically looking at them going, you know, I need the fire boots. So don't question my thought process, because I don't even know what I was thinking. Okay, so the first thing I can do is obtain the red key. And with the red key... I can start bringing this block out and around. So presumably it's hooked up to this trap. It is. This is a little lengthy, I think, but I get the point. Like, you do have to make these same loop arounds a couple more times than I like. Anyway. Little shortcut. Just a bit. So that's what the recessed walls are for. And then we've got the green key, so it's just a matter of using these on the bombs. Now, this is where things get a little interesting, because, well, each block has to go to a specific bomb. I pushed down, but absolutely nothing happened. Was I still on ice, or was I slid? I'd slid onto ice. Okay, I was late. So yeah, that is half of Enterprise. Presumably that's the easy half. Okay, now I've got a yellow key. I cannot obtain the blue key currently. I can get flippers. Now, I can't do anything until I get with that block until I get a block into the area. And the only block I think I have is this one. Oh, this is going to be a little nerve-wracking. Too early, you're screwed. Too late, you're screwed. Little nerve-wracking, just a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to take the full lap around. Thought I had the fire boots still for a second there. I don't think I need the trap button held anymore. But I'm going to leave it alone. Did I really just screw myself over? No, I did not. Okay. Enterprise on the first try. I think that was first try. Pretty sure it was. So yeah, about 100 seconds on each. That was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. Okay, I was going to stop there, but next is Explosive Chamber. And this is just such a fun level to play. I mean, it's easy to screw up and die on, but it's just so fun. Like, this is... in a way, it's a bit of a spiritual successor to, Lazy Hourglass, but I think this is so much better than Lazy Hourglass. To be fair, it is trying to do something that Lazy Hourglass wasn't. But that just makes it a little better. Like, I think what it's trying to... I panicked. I think what it's trying to do is a lot more interesting than Lazy Hourglass. Now, I know Josh has said that this was not meant to be like Lazy Hourglass. I honestly don't know how much I believe that. I mean, I guess it's like more arbitrarily laid out, but the gameplay is just so similar. I want to dispose of that ball. How do I want to deal with that? It's like, there's just so many small-scale decisions that get made in this level. It's just a blast. No pun intended. Like, no pun intended on it's a blast. I swear, it is not meant to be a pun when I said it. Yeah, we'll blow you up. So when given the option, I'm choosing to use balls on the bombs, just so that there's less balls I need to worry about later. Can't really do anything here, so I'm going to blow you up. And then I have a way out. Like, it's just... there's just always something fun about blowing up monsters, too. I mean, I'm actually stopping to think quite a bit on this. I never really had to do that with Lazy Hourglass. Okay, so how am I going to deal with this section over on the left here? This bottom section seems a little more useful to me. Okay, so you're going to go down, you're going to go over. That one's going to die. I feel like the colliding balls should worry me more than they were, but, you know, I worked it out. I don't want to mess with this area. Find an alternate route. That's another thing I like about this level. Like, there is no one goal that you need to work towards of, like, the bridging in Lazy Hourglass, which I always thought was the weakest part of the level.
Bummer.
Oh, I didn't even see that! I really should have, but I didn't. Maybe I should spend more time to trap balls. I don't know. Or spend more effort, like, specifically getting them to blow up. Neither of these sound like bad ideas. Are those on the same synced cycle? They are. So yeah, this video is going to be longer because I keep dying on this level, but I don't care because this is a fun level. To the point where this is my representative from Josh in one of my levels. If that sounds weird, near the end of Ultimate Chip 5, I made 2 levels made up of exact 9x9 copies of sections from pre-existing levels. I did one with custom levels and one with the official sets. And for the custom ones, I went with no more than 1 level per designer. And for Josh, I ended up like Explosive Chamber fit really nicely in one of the rooms. And you know, it's a great level, so why not? Yeah, I'm not going to screw with that area. Because I don't have to. I lied. Because I saw a really easy way to do it. Alright, we're being a little more systematic about how we're exploring this time. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I do think this concept didn't necessarily need to fill up the whole map. Just not necessarily. Like, it's fine filling the whole map, but it could definitely be, say, 24 by 24, and it would have been just as strong of a level. Are there any more bombs there? Yes. Okay, so now we're back at the top section where I had to think quite a bit before. So you're going to explode. Yeah, with that little lining up method for the 2-tile stuff, I never fail it now. I used to almost always try to time it wrong, and rather than learn the timing, I learned a method to always get the timing. Maybe, like, it's not the smartest idea because you don't always have the space to do what I just did there, but when you do, it works. And it works very, very well. Okay, I have to remember that one's a thing. No, I don't. So 5 chips to go. One left and it's down here. And that's not how I can get to it. Oops. That is. And that is Explosive Chamber done. I'll move on to Ravaged, which is another fantastic level in the next video, which will be part 46, I want to say. Let me check my recording folder. Yes, that would be part 46. So yeah, I'm definitely on pace to do this in 50. So yeah. Until next time, because I think I finally have an outro phrase. Woohoo! That took forever. So yeah, until next time.